The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TV1 News. I'm Maricela Kelaton.
And I'm Tracy Pad. Join me later for sports. In this edition, PM remains confident. Plagatoy declaration marks first year. And Dimitri to lead Kumuls.
Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has today joined other Pacific leaders to endorse the Pacific Policing Initiative, a major regional initiative to strengthen collective peace and security throughout the Pacific. With its 3 pillars, the initiative will boost the capability of Pacific nations to meet law and order and internal security requirements and to support each other in times of need. Australia will commit approximately $400 million over 5 years to ensure the Pacific Policing Initiative delivers on the aspirations of Pacific countries. Australia's contribution will include infrastructure costs associated with new policing centers of excellence in the region. The PPI is said to be a practical contribution to the Pacific Islands Forum peace and security vision outlined in the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent, and it builds on the recent experience of the Solomons International Assistance Force. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese on the PPI said this policing initiative continues a long history of Pacific police forces working together to strengthen regional peace and security and to support each other in times of need. He added that this is a Pacific-led, Australia-backed initiative harnessing collective strengths. Albanese emphasized that the security of the Pacific is the shared responsibility of the Pacific region, and this initiative benefits each of the nations involved. With the looming vote of no confidence motion anticipated to be in September's session of Parliament, Prime Minister James Marape remains confident and prepared to welcome the motion.
With only 6 days before the Parliament resumes for the September session, the opposition wasted no time but already in camp, anticipating to move a vote of no confidence against Prime Minister James Marape and his government. However, despite such threats, the Prime Minister is confident that the government has the numbers to topple the motion if all goes through. Marape said it is the democratic rights of all members of Parliament, especially in the opposition, to make a judgment on his leadership and decide if they want the change in the government. He reiterated that it is a constitutional process allowed by law and it's up to them to judge his leadership and make the call. This will be the 4th attempt by the opposition to submit the motion of the vote of no confidence against Prime Minister James Marape. Opposition currently has 34 members with the recent inclusion of provincial member for Gulf, Chris Iveta. Meantime, Parliament will resume on September 3rd, 2024 at 2 p.m. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
Papua New Guinea has maintained friendly diplomatic relations with Singapore since the establishment of formal ties on Monday 1976. Ties were further strengthened as Prime Minister James Marape had bilateral talks with Singapore's Second Minister for Foreign Affairs and Education, Dr. Maliki Osman, on the sidelines of the Pacific Islands Forum Leaders meeting in Tonga.
recognizing Singapore as one of the top three wealthiest nations in the world by gross domestic product. Prime Minister James Marape highlighted Singapore's development success and noted that unlike PNG, Singapore lacks natural resources or agricultural land, but has built a strong bureaucracy and governance system from which PNG can learn from. Marape expressed his appreciation for the support provided by the Singapore government through the Singapore Cooperation Program. The Prime Minister said PNG can learn a lot positively from Singapore's economic indicators, which shows economic growth achieved over a short period of time. He said PNG, like Singapore, is in a strategic location to bridge the Asia-Pacific region and offers diverse opportunities, including vast natural resources and huge untouched land for agriculture. The Prime Minister also extends an invitation to Singapore to invest in PNG. Singapore's Dr. Osman stated that the Singapore government looks forward to greater cooperation with the PNG government. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape has called on G20 nations to intensify their climate mitigation efforts in support of the Pacific in line with the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent. Marape's appeal came in response to United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres' statement to the PIF on Tuesday.
Prime Minister James Marape has made a call directly for G20 nations, especially the USA, China, and Japan, the three strong associates of Pacific nations, to step up in their mitigation efforts to the Pacific, consistent with the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent. In his response to the UN Secretary General's statement, Prime Minister Marape emphasized the importance of global responsibility in addressing climate change. He welcomed the UN's continued support for Pacific nations and reaffirmed the region's commitment to building a resilient future. To address climate change challenges in the Pacific region, PM Marape stressed the importance of strengthening the collective response through shared knowledge, resources, and advocacy. He also called for the need to enhance regional economic integration through trade agreements, investment, and private sector engagement, as well as fostering greater cooperation in health, education, and disaster resilience. Australia was commended for its recognition of the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent and their contributions towards addressing climate change challenges faced by Pacific nations. Australia is contributing 100 million Australian dollars into our Pacific Climate Resilient Fund. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
PNG Power Limited, in collaboration with MiBank, has commenced its first pilot cash collection awareness drive at Boira Village. This is part of the ongoing PPL Amnesty project, which has been in place since 2022, developed in partnership with the USAID PNG Electrification Partnership.
The partnership between PPL and MiBank was launched in May 2024, enabling PPL Amnesty consumers to pay their power bills remotely.
PPL being here is to, and with the partnership of MiBank and USAID PEP team, is to launch this cash collection pilot drive. So our team will be here for the next week or so. They'll be going around to all the houses. Go inside the one house, talk want them all the house line to ensure that we register customers in this amnesty program.
MiBank's extensive network, over 250 agents across Papua New Guinea, provides an efficient platform for this bill collection effort. PPL Amnesty consumers can use two payment methods through MiBank, the MiBank mobile banking app, available on Google Play Store, and the MiBank mobile SMS banking USSD code *678#, accessible via all telecommunications networks. These methods allow payments ranging from 30 kina to 5,000 kina. To use these services, PPL Amnesty consumers need to have a MyBank account, MyCash access, and a smartphone. For those not yet registered, the required steps include filling out the PPL Amnesty customer details form and having a valid ID or reference letter. MyBank accounts can be opened with 50 kina for men and free for women with a minimum balance of 20 kina.
Bora village is the selected village where we are now piloting the cash collection, and this week is more about awareness and next week is more about cash collection. So when I say cash collection is more, we're going to set up an agent and that agent will collect cash on behalf of the customers and deposit into their personal accounts, and they can do payments directly to PPL.
Since its launch, the PPL Amnesty Initiatives has registered 29,154 non-paying illegal consumers, collecting 1,217,277 kina in revenue. An additional 3 million kina is still collectible, highlighting the need for a more accessible payment system. Following the Bora Village pilot, similar awareness events are planned at Morata 1 Community Hall in September 2024.
Amnesty is doing these things to help us out. Rather than going to town, paying bus fares, 6 kina, 12 kina a day. And if you go to Holland and then wait, it will be lunch and you're going to spend more money. But they are bringing the service right to your doorstep.
PPL Amnesty customers are encouraged to register with MyBank to access these convenient payment methods. Expansion to other centers across PNG is anticipated. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Superstition ain't the way.
Papua New Guinea is launching a state-owned enterprise named FCL to enhance its involvement in the tuna industry. Fisheries Minister TVWAN announced that FCL will move beyond managing and facilitating investments to actively participating in the commercial sector. This change aims to address the current disparity where Papua New Guinea and other Pacific nations receive inadequate returns from their tuna resources. By maximizing profits and investing in processing, FCL hopes to significantly increase the value retained within the country. Wong plans to present the relevant bills to Parliament by the end of the year. As the country celebrated Repentance Day on Monday, Madang province made history when its citizens removed the 40-year-old 10 Crosses monument at the provincial government house based on beliefs that the monument carried curses by their fathers and forefathers. The monument was erected during the administration of Madang's first Premier, Bato Boltin, who served between 1978 and 1984.
After a multi-denomination church fellowship on Repentance Day, elders from Madang's 6 districts joined prayer warriors, government representatives and members of the public to have the 10 Crosses monument removed at the provincial government house. The 10 Crosses monument is part of the Independence Park built in 1982. The monument was inscribed the following year. Prayer warriors and the 6 elders believe that their fathers and forefathers had put a curse on the 10 Crosses monument, holding the province to ransom for more than 40 years. Locals shared various tales about the 10 Crosses monument, many of which were very similar in nature and related to an event that occurred in the early 80s. The general belief was that a group of men had brought traditional ritualistic objects from the 6 districts, a Bible that's non-existent today, and placed them in a string bag or bilum. The bilum was then drenched in fresh blood from a black chicken and then buried under the 10 Crosses monument. Andrew Game from Middle Ramo district said his father, named Mampra, was one of the men who took part in the ritual. Game said Mampra traveled to Bogia, then to Nobonob, where he met with the others, and they came into town to carry out the ritual. Game was a child then and had his father talk about the ritual, saying they wanted Madang's custom to prevail over Western influence and development. Game said a similar ritual had been done at the iconic Kalibobo lighthouse as well. The group of elders and prayer warriors first dug up remnants of what their forefathers had buried at the Kalibobo lighthouse, before they proceeded to the same at the government house and demolished the 10 Crosses. They say the 10 Crosses represent the 10 commandments of the early German, Lutheran, Brahmin and Renish machines. The event involved releasing these curses into the nature. Madang Police Rural Commander Peter Gorek was the government representative during the Repentance Day events. He thought it was a bold move by the people for the common good. However, other members of the public were disappointed with the actions of a few, saying the destruction of an iconic structure did not justify the government's poor management of the province, nor lack of service delivery. Authorities are now being questioned about the removal of the 10 Crosses, whose history remains to be entangled with spiritual, traditional and customary beliefs, as well as superstitious beliefs relating to politics, development and service delivery. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
The Papua New Guinea Tourism Promotion Authority promoted tourism at the 57th Mount Hagen Cultural Show held on August 17 and 18 at Queen's Park in Mount Hagen, Western Highlands Province. TPA set up an information booth that attracted significant interest, particularly from young people eager to learn about tourism opportunities and develop community-based tourism products. Mount Hagen Town Mayor Councillor Jacob Michael praised TPA's involvement, emphasizing the importance of tourism in preserving cultural heritage. TPA noted the strong turnout and enthusiasm, which they see as a positive sign for the future of tourism in the region. The event featured over 50 cultural dance groups from various provinces, showcasing the vibrant diversity of Papua New Guinea and drawing large crowds. On August 28, a momentous occasion unfolded in Port Moresby as the first ever Pacific ICT Ministers Dialogue came to a close with the signing of the Lagotoi Agreement in 2023. The Lagotoi Declaration represented a symbol of unity and commitment by 12 Pacific Island countries. Today, a year on, the accord that reaffirms the region's collective aspiration for a well-connected, prosperous, and secure digital landscape.
This landmark gathering in 2023 brought together ICT ministers and heads of delegation from across the Pacific Island countries to foster collaboration, discuss challenges, and chart a course for the digital future of the region. The highlight of this event was the unanimous signing of the Lagotoi Declaration on Digital Transformation of the Pacific. Today, a year on, the accord was celebrated by the Ministry of ICT, representatives of the telecommunications industry, NICTA, and led by ICT Minister Timothy Masiu.
We are here for each other. I'm here to work with you. I'm here to drive your dreams. And the Lagotoi is the first dream that we are driving. There may be another dream that we will come up with and drive. But so far, I can tell you, returning from this tour, I think we've been missing the boat ourselves.
As we are traveling this journey to bring change not only to PNG, but the region as a whole, and I see that out of these 8 steps, we've created urgency. 1 year ago, we formed a powerful coalition, step 2. And within that coalition, we established a vision, which is celebrating all the time. But we celebrate because we want to consolidate where we are, remind ourselves of the vision, and we want to keep going.
The Lagotoi Declaration zeroes in on 6 priority areas that will guide the Pacific's digital journey, that include digital transformation, innovation and entrepreneurship, and infrastructure. The signing of the declaration in 2023 marked a turning point in the Pacific's digital trajectory, with nations united in their pursuit of a vibrant and secure digital future. As the region moves forward, these commitments are set to shape policies, initiatives, and collaborative efforts that will not only harness the power of ICT, but also fortify the Pacific's position in the global digital landscape.
Papua New Guinea's music industry has earned significant international acclaim as 2 of its leading figures, reggae artist Anslom and sound engineer Emmanuel Toxic Man Magaunawa, have secured prestigious awards on the global stage.
Papua New Guinea reggae artist Anslom has won the Intercontinental Music Award in the Best of Africa African Reggae Raga Dancehall category for his powerful track Break the Barrier. The song, featuring African instrumentation and expertly produced by Emmanuel Mugunawa, also boasts a visually stunning music video shot in Kerala, India. This marks yet another major achievement for Anslom, who last year won the ICMA Icon Award and the Reggae Best of America Award 2023 for his hit Love Me Again. Adding to the celebrations, Emmanuel Toxic Man Mugunawa has been honored with the International Sound Engineer of the Year 2024 award at the International Singer-Songwriters Association Awards. His win underscores the exceptional talent in Papua New Guinea's music industry and follows his successful production work on Anslom's award-winning tracks. Both artists have expressed their gratitude for the support from the Papua New Guinea National Cultural Commission, particularly Executive Director Stephen Kilanda, whose sponsorship facilitated their participation on the international stage. These achievements not only highlight the skill and creativity within PNG's music scene, but also enhance the nation's reputation globally. This double victory is a proud moment for Papua New Guinea, showcasing the country's growing influence in the global music industry. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2569 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2494, $0.3641 Australian dollars, $0.2152 euro, and 35.49 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, copra, and copper closed higher, while gold, cocoa, palm oil, and crude oil closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. This is TV1 News. We'll have news from abroad after these short messages.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency, and quietness. Designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort, and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
Scale Rise brings to you some Scale Indie vibes this independence. Cashing out a total of 300,000 kina in prize money around PNG this independence. 4 fortnightly draws, 75 fortnightly winners, 300 total Scale Rise winners, and 1,000 kina Scale Indie prize for every Scale winner. Here's how to enter the promotion. Buy any Scale or Ori Rise product, write your full name and contact details on the back of the store receipt, drop your entry into the entry box in store. For more information, either check in store or follow us on our Scale Rise PNG page. Terms and conditions apply. Scale Rise, and buy you like it.
Welcome back. New Zealand Deputy Prime Minister Winston Peters has talked down the impact of emissions on climate change at the Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting. Peter also cast doubt over whether New Zealand would continue to offer generous climate finance. Peters was a sole voice downplaying the climate crisis. On the same day, the United Nations released a report forecasting growing sea level rise and flooding events across the region. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres attended at the regional forum, has brought a sharp focus to the devastating impacts of global warming in the Pacific. The Australian government has put a cap on the number of international students in Australia as part of efforts to reduce overall migration to pre-pandemic levels.
And sets figures close to pre-pandemic levels in 2019.
I think that's not right.
I think it's really concerning.
I don't want them to run out of money and then start cutting stuff.
Universities told individually how much they'll be constrained, warning the economic impact will be substantial in the $48 billion a year higher education market.
A cut means less revenue, it means less students coming to Australia, and that has a knock-on effect.
I have friends from overseas who are already considering going to other destinations which are slightly more welcoming.
Larger city universities with a higher proportion of international students will be the most affected. Regional universities will be allowed to enrol more.
This is really making up for pretty devastating unintended consequences of previous policy regimes.
Since Labor was elected, the number of foreign students coming into the country has more than doubled, and that's placed enormous pressure, particularly on the housing market.
Capping international student numbers is a centrepiece of the government's move to drive down overall migration, a point of bipartisan agreement. But beyond that, there's little consensus, especially on what these reductions will mean for the hot housing and rental markets.
The push to lower emissions from Australia's mining industry is seeing the emergence of new technologies, and the race is on to find the new best solution, with diesel-powered trucks being converted to run on electric batteries and hydrogen.
It's big, green and fully electric. This truck used to guzzle 64 litres of diesel an hour. Its electric conversion cost $2.5 million.
And it's exactly the same as though it's your Tesla, except instead of having one of them, you've got 6 of them.
Electrical engineer Clayton Franklin has worked with some of the mining industry's giants, including billionaire Andrew Forrest's Fortescue, which this month began trialling a hydrogen-powered truck in the Pilbara. It's all part of the push towards cutting emissions by the end of the decade.
You burn through, for this truck, $650,000, $700,000 worth of fuel a year.
And how long does it take to charge that 777 over there?
So we can charge 777 in less than 50 minutes.
And this team is betting it's electric that will replace the diesel machines that form the backbone of the mining industry.
Knowing that there's a step change needed. So yeah, we're hoping that a greener planet with greener trucks, and we'll still be there making green truck bodies.
Clean, green, cheaper.
A potentially cheaper option for a big money industry.
Opal miners in outback Queensland, Australia, worried about the future of their industry, with a huge property used for mining being turned into a national park. The land was purchased by the state government using a $21 million anonymous donation, but it is also home to dozens of leasehold miners.
Of the hunt. Robbie Vinicombe has spent 30 years combing the red dirt of outback Queensland, searching for slithers of rainbow rock.
It's the most beautiful gemstone on earth. I'll be here for the rest of my life if I can.
The desolate stretch of land is home to a gemstone found only in Queensland, the Boulder Opal.
But if that was clean, you'd be looking at a $50,000 stone there.
But Robbie fears his industry is threatened. Like many other opal miners in the area, he holds mining leases on Vergemont, a former cattle station bought by the Queensland government to turn into national park.
We're all small companies, we're family companies, we've invested our life in this.
Nearby properties have also been bought, all of which will combine to create a protected area corridor for endangered and vulnerable species.
There's dozens and dozens and dozens of stakeholders here that have been here a lifetime and generations, and that we're just completely ignored as though we don't even exist.
While it's been assured that existing operations can continue on parts of the property, it's unclear what the future holds, with some mining leases nearing expiration.
For people to invest in this, we need to know certainty. We need to know there is a future.
The industry contributes $14 million to a nearby town touted the Boulder Opal capital of the world.
I can't see the Winton Shire without opal in it. It is so important to us.
A bush conservation group says while Vergemont Station's landscape isn't unique in outback Queensland, it stands out from other government-owned parks.
The Fossa King is a pretty small footprint, so I think there's certainly potential for those things to work hand in hand.
For now, miners like Robbie persevere for the lucky find.
That ends the news segment. We'll have Tracy with the sports update after the break.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing, bum bum. At the PNG LNG project, we are proud of our long-standing partnership with the Kumuls, as they represent the hopes and aspirations of so many Papua New Guineans. Rugby league is more than just a sport. It promotes our shared values of leadership, teamwork, respect, personal integrity, and excellence. Lessons learnt on the pitch carry on throughout life and go beyond serving ourselves.
More than a life we've known, there is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk on time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Welcome back. Former South Sydney mentor Jason Demetrio is set to take charge of Papua New Guinea's campaign for the 2026 World Cup after being appointed as the new Kumuls coach.
Papua New Guinea's quest to become part of the NRL has received a major boost with the appointment of Demetrio as head coach. He replaces Justin Holbrook, who coached the Kumuls during last year's Pacific Championship. Demetrio brings with him an impressive coaching resume at the Australian National Rugby League level. The news comes at a great time for the game in PNG after the recent success of the NRL Bid Academy tournament that showcased the depth of exciting talent at the schoolboys level and continued the development of players coming through the academy. PNG Rugby League Chief Executive Officer Stanley Ondina was delighted at being able to secure the service of such a highly rated coach. He said being able to bring someone of the caliber of Demetrio in to coach the Kumuls is a fantastic news for the game in the country. Ondina said Demetrio will bring a great knowledge of the game and a winning mindset to the role and believe that he is the perfect fit to coach the national team. PNG NRL Bid Chief Executive Officer Andrew Hill also sees the appointment as another positive step forward to becoming part of the NRL. Demetrio expressed his excitement at taking on such an important role. He says the game in PNG is going from strength to strength, and that is a fantastic opportunity to work with such a talented squad, adding that is a great time to be involved in the game and is excited about what lies ahead. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The PNG Hunters pack has been boosted with the return of Hunters wrecking ball and middle forward Junior Rob and young front rower Koso Bandi for the QRL Host Plus Cup semi-final against Wanu Manly on Saturday in Port Moresby. The duo had to sit out previous matches due to injuries.
Hunter's starting lineup has dealt yet another blow with more casualties from last week's Clydesdales match and ruling out of this weekend's home semi-final playoff against winner Manly Seagulls. Centre Alex Mack's ankle, Clint Lama, HIA, and Jordan Pat knee will not be taking part in this weekend's match, which means coach Paul Ayton would be utilising his extended bench in the likes of Tony Warrott and Junior Tanin alongside Valentine Richard and Wellen Tauloi. Rob and Bandy are definite starters after completing their 11-day concussion protocol and ready to lead the Hunters outfit for their first semi-final experience at the Q Cup level. For Hunters enforcer Rob The Rock, this is a big moment in his entire playing career to play at the QRL level finals. Feeling fresh after a week off, Rob has vowed to put his best foot forward to lead his young playing group.
Unfortunately, I did concussion in the complete game, but I had to follow the protocols and finish him. Now I'm fresh. I'm back to rip and tear with the boys. I haven't been in the finals, so this is my big time, big moment of life. So yeah, won't let the boys down and the team down. I'll try my best, perform my best this weekend.
Rob said there is a nice vibe in camp right now and everybody's excited for the biggest game of their lives against winner Manly. However, for now, it's all about controlling their emotions and staying focused on their daily training routine and not to get too comfortable. He said the boys are ready to give it their best shot this weekend.
Yeah, the vibe is higher now, but we're trying to control ourselves, not get too comfortable with this. Trying to focus on the daily trainings and get ourselves right, so we'll do our best.
For Bandy, this is the biggest game in his short career after cracking into the Hunters final squad this year and can't wait to experience what's like playing finals footy.
7 years on the star loan, so not best final balo. 11 years around low, on ground so I'm asked to vote, please. People me come in low. Last time I'm through, but now this time I'm starting to team now go to final and be last live. Last week game me rest we slow. Le concast low at pen. Doctor let me out. And now we can begin forward the games.
Terry Lombard, TV1 Sports.
With 2.5 weeks before the 45th National Softball Championships gets underway in East New Britain, preparations are on track with latest inclusion of Warangoi softball from Pomiu District, apart from Rabaul and Kokopo.
The Port Moresby men and women's teams are set to travel, including Kavieng, Pulamunski, Popondetta and Madang, with Lay yet to confirm their participation. At this stage, 7 women and over 10 men's teams are set for the championships. As part of the lead-up preparation, the PNG Baseball Softball Confederation President Jenny Park said the tournament director will be traveling to Kokopo this week to check out the ground facility and to ensure the venues are game-ready before the tournament starts. Park also revealed there will be a number of Moresby-based players who will be playing for Rabaul and Bulumunski teams to make the championship more competitive. Favorites will be the Moresby sides, especially Meronas, who are defending champions and hoping to retain the title. But Moresby Kakanas, who will be fielding a development side, should be the team to watch.
The centres that have confirmed so far are Kavieng, Popondetta, Port Moresby, Kokopo, Rabaul, Warangoi, and Madang. We're still waiting on Ray to put in their confirmation to come through. We've got about, I think, 7+ women's team and over 10 men's teams that are playing in the championships. We're having our tournament director travel out to Kokopo tomorrow to look at the grounds, the committees and that, just to confirm that we are game ready for this Independence Weekend.
For the home teams, Kokopo and Rabaul, they are very much looking forward to challenging visiting teams and have been running local competitions as a build-up towards hosting the championships. For the women's contest, Parks and Pom Gold are reigning champions for over 10 years and are ready to defend the title.
We have, out of the Rabaul team, we have a team coming out, a couple of players from Mosby playing in the Rabaul team. We have Buliminski as well, that a couple of Mosby players playing in the team as well. And the Mosby team. So we've actually, the Mosby has picked the top players out from the select side. We're hoping that Mosby can go in there and play their best and come back with the goal. I mean, with the trophy, yeah, as the champions. Yeah. Okay. So we have the Melonas, who are the big guns in the comp. Yeah. Then we have the Meros, and then we have the Kakanas, the Kaks. So the Kakanas, the development team is made up of B grade and the up and coming players, the young boys that are playing in the A grade competition. So it's more on development.
The president said everybody is excited, including host East New Britain. The national titles with the theme Bring Back Softball will certainly bring back the interest and level of softball back to its former glory days. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Lay Snacks Tigers management have thanked the PNG RFL management for offering to accommodate its players to continue to stay in Port Moresby for the final playoffs. The team won't have to brave the harsh weather conditions of Lay, having to go through the same trauma experience last week. However, the team appreciates the PNG RFL for the positive response and support, but have decided to return to Lay. This decision was based on the team's consideration for the 5 team members who are students at Unitec. The Tigers management apologized to PNG RFL for any inconvenience caused, but felt it was important they stick together as a team and brave the unfavorable weather conditions heading into the finals. Coach Noel Zaming says the club will prioritize players' education and welfare and stick together as a team.
We have to get up early and come and carry our bags crossing the river. And yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling winning the game after all this. Just very happy. And I just hope that we make our fans, the supporters back and Lay feel proud of the effort today.
Raw talents can be found in rural schools, and what better way to identify them than to host athletics carnivals? The sports master of Olekoa Primary School in North Lihir emphasized this after his school hosted the event for the first time ever this month.
Over 500 students from 3 primary schools in North Lihir, New Ireland province excitedly gathered to take part in a first of its kind athletics carnival, which was hosted from August 15 to 16 by the Olekoa Primary School. Taking part in the event were sister schools Zuen Primary and Sekunkun Primary. Sports master of the host school, Ismail Taupis Jr., was blown away by the raw talents that were on display.
Looking at the carnival, the students have the ability to run. It's just us, the teachers, that need to host events like this. Lo identify one can also got potential. Sometimes they cannot learn in the classroom mentally, but physically, if you may host more kind event also, you can help them also lo stop spotlight. That means that selection can take them na all can go on our. So if education cannot do that, I believe sports can. So sports can help him all sumatin.
The event started with 1500 meter race for both senior boys and girls, 75-meter race for junior boys and girls, 100-meter for intermediate and senior boys and girls. Then they had 150-meter race, 200 meters and 800 meters. The inaugural champion of the Cluster 3 Lihir schools was Olekowa with 227 points. Zuan Primary School was the runner-up with 210 points, while Sekun Kun Team 1 had 203 points, and Sekun Kun Team 2 brought up the rear with 200 points. Taupis Junior says they are planning a bigger athletics carnival next year with more sporting events to be added, and they are planning to invite other cluster schools to participate as well. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
That's it for sports, and now the weather focused with Mary.
Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms, but mostly fine to partly cloudy. Momase, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Lay, partly cloudy with few showers, and Madang is mostly fine. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain over the autonomous region of Bougainville and New Ireland. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, then morning fog. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg cloudy with few rain showers. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots gusting to 25 to 30 knots at times. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerama to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samari Islands, seas 1.5 to 2 meters rising to 2.5 to 3 meters at times along warning areas. Waters of Finchafan through Vitia Strait to Sesi Long Islands, seas 1.5 to 2 meters rising to 2.5 to 3 meters at times along warning areas. And waters of West New Britain, seas 1.5 to 2 meters rising to 2.5 to 3 meters at times. And that wraps up the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.